військовослужбовці підрозділу Прайм 5-го прикордонного загону. Зараз знаходимося на Сумщині та стримуємо наступ ворога. Потребуємо мікроавтобус для виконання бойових задач і очищення українського неба від ворожих крил. Звертаємось до команди Car for Ukraine та Бандера Мобіль з проханням допомогти з закупівлею, підготовкою доставкою авто, а також до Renegade Changus та Канті Людан і їх спільноти з проханням допомогти підтримати збір. Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Good evening, everybody. How's your weekend going? I hope it is well. Mine's been going interesting. 98 degrees here today. Yay, me. The Cars for Ukraine fundraiser. We are at 77 donations for 3,051 euros and 78 cents. Let's check to see if any more donations came in since last night. No, just those ones. So I hate asking repeatedly like this, but I got to. If you can afford to and have the means, please hit the donation button, contribute to the campaign, help make me suffer with hot mustard. And of course, there is the other challenge that Aussie T got me to agree to. And I'll make it 5,000 instead of 6. If we get 5,000 euros before I go to Ukraine, I will do a tequila stream. Oh, tequila. Oh. So extra incentives there. Oh, that's going to be awful. But I do hope we get to it. Moving over to the air alert map. As you can see, the northeastern part of Ukraine under air alert, as well as Mykolaiv. Mostly drones over Ukraine at the moment, but it's been an interesting 24 hours, I should say, with the missile strikes. Moving right into, the discussion we were having in chat before the stream started. Yeah, the farmers I knew that went over to Russia for that 10,000 acres, they ended up having to, after basically eat their production for multiple years to get the title to the land, the deed or whatever you call it. And they ended up, as soon as they got that, they sold and moved back to the States. As far as I know, like 3 or 4 farmers out of like 30 that went over there for that deal just gave up on it. Yeah. Promises, bribes will make you rich, will make you a millionaire. And then no follow through. Or just straight up lies and exploitation. But I'm glad I did not get involved with it. I was very tempted. The thought of owning a couple square miles. Yeah. It was tempting. Anyways, jumping over to the operational information as of July 26 at 8 a.m. regarding the Russian invasion. As always, the report starts with glory to Ukraine. And I gotta sneeze. 1 second. So much for having to sneeze as soon as you get Kleenex or something in your hand. Yeah, Adam Rounds, it sounded good. It's just what they don't tell you is all the train cars are state controlled, and they put priority towards servicing the Russian farmers instead of the foreigners on that deal. They made it look good for 2 years to entice other farmers over, and then pulled the rug out from underneath them. It is what it is. Yeah, no. Anyways, the 1,249th day of the Russian Federation's large-scale armed aggression against Ukraine has begun. It's important to note that this is Russia's war. This is Putin's war. If Putin wants to end the war this second, all he has to do is give the order, say, return home, and the war is over. Ukraine has already offered unconditional ceasefire for 90 days, 180 days, how many ever days, all except for the 3 days Putin wanted his parade to be safe. In total, 191 clashes were recorded over the past day. According to updated information, the invaders carried out 1 missile strike and 60 airstrikes. They used 6 missiles and 78 guided bombs in those strikes. In addition, the Russians engaged 4,172 kamikaze drones to destroy the positions of our troops and settlements. They also carried out 6,279 artillery strikes on the positions of our troops and settlements. Apparently, no MLRSs were used yesterday. Airstrikes were carried out on the settlements of Gramianka in Chernihiv, Yastrubine in Sumy, Kharkiv, Rusinyar, Mirolavka, Rodinsky, Suka Yar, Biletsetsky, Suvorov, Pokrovsk, Shakova in Donetsk, Bilogrika, Orakov in Zaporizhia, and Kozatsky in Kherson. Over the past 24 hours, defense forces, aviation, missile troops, and artillery units of Ukraine struck 7 areas of concentration of personnel, weapons, and military equipment, 2 artillery systems, a UAV control point, and 2 other important enemy targets. Moving into the individual directions and the deep state map. Zooming into North Slobodansk Sumy area. Ukrainian units repelled 5 attacks by the invaders. A significant decrease in the number of Russian attacks. Well, I'll got more info for that for you on that later. The enemy also launched 7 airstrikes, dropping 14 guided aerial bombs, and carried out 326 artillery strikes, 3 of which were from multiple launch rocket systems. Coming over to the south, Slobodansk and the Kharkiv area. The enemy attacked the positions of Ukrainian defenders 7 times near Voschansk, Gluboki, Figolivka. We'll go to Figolivka in a second. Kozachi Lopan, which is over here. And coming over to the east, Figolivka. And where did Kudivka go? There we go. Kudkivka right there. Heading to the south to the Kupiansk direction, where our defenders stopped the enemy assault actions in the Stepova Novosilka area. Only 1 clash took place in that settlement. Coming down to Liman. The enemy attacked 27 times. He tried to penetrate our defenses near the settlements of Grivkivka, Novomir, Seredny, Rydkobub, Yampolivka down here, Kolodazny, in Dubrova, which I believe, oh no, Dubrova is way down here. It might be a different Dubrova, but I don't see one on the map. So I have to assume it's that one for now. In the Servisk direction, the defense forces stopped 32 offensive actions of the invaders in the areas of Girogorivka, Vrukno-Kamiansky. Oh, I know it's over here somewhere. Let me... Fedorivka and Vimivka. Ivano-Dorivka is now in the gray zone. Very small settlement, but has been holding up against the Russians for almost 2.5 years. But there has been advances made by the Russians in this southeastern corner of the Servisk direction. Coming over to Kramatorsk, Slovansk, you're going to hear about these other settlements, Druskivka, Oleksivko, Druskivka, Konstantinivka. We'll be hearing more about these in the near future, unfortunately. But in the Kramatorsk direction, there were 5 enemy assaults. The occupier tried to advance in the areas of Chasev Yar, Pretechny, and zooming in to Bilogora. In the Turets direction, just to the south of Chasev Yar, I'm going to get Rustin Yar on the map over there. The enemy carried out 5 attacks in the areas of Divlivka, Toretsk itself, and in Rusin Yar area. Jumping over from Toretsk to Pokrovsk, Our defenders stopped 51 assault actions of the aggressor in the areas of the settlements of Popiv Yar, Novo Ekonomiczne, Razin, Lisivka, Chununsky. I don't know if I'm saying that right. That doesn't sound like it's right, though. Chunyshny. See if the Chunyshny. Basically next to Novoukrayinka, north of Zeleny and Dashenki. Basically the last stop before Pokrovsk on this road. Zirozova over here. Koltine, Udashny, Moravka, Novoukrayinka, right there, that one, and Olegzivka, which is down here. Coming over to the Novopavlivka direction. The enemy carried out 26 attacks in the areas of the settlements of Zeleny Gay, right here. Tolstoy, underneath the arrow right there. Novokiatsky. I know where that one is. I just don't see it on the map right away. I don't know why I don't see it on the map. Anyways, Shevchenko, it should be like right in here, but it's not. Voskreshenka and Tremivka. Moving over to not the Huliopol direction, but the Orikhiv direction. The invaders tried to advance in the Kremyansky area. You know, just a single assault in that area as well. Coming over to Dniprovsky Kherson area. The aggressors made 8 futile attempts to advance their positions on the positions of our units. The enemy did not conduct offensive actions in the Huliopol direction. There were no signs of the formation of enemy offensive groups in the Volyn or Polizia directions. Our soldiers continue to inflict significant losses on the occupation forces in manpower and equipment, and are actively undermining the enemy's offensive potential in the rear. Goes into the losses for today. We'll cover that with the graphic, and we end the report with join the defense forces. Razom peremojemo. Slava Ukraina. Pull that up and head back over to the air alert map. Odessa now coming under air alert. And let me get caught up with chat really quick. Pyro, McPigeon, David N, Nura, Adam Rounds. All good to see you guys. Folks, dang it. I'm still trying to break myself of that habit. Okay, that's where I left off. Is chat broken? No more than usual for YouTube. Linda H. RP Marcin. Russia should cut their losses and go home. yeah, it's interesting that Russia would be, I hate saying this, but Russia would be in a worse position if they ended the war right now than if they kept going. From a Russian perspective, their whole economy right now is based off of the special military operation in Ukraine. If they didn't have the payments going to soldiers for signing up, for serving, for treating the amputated soldiers, Russia's whole economy would fall apart right now. And, well, I wish it would. Hey there, Cindy. How's it going? Survived the heat today, I hope. Anyways, the total combat losses of the Russian Federation, July 26, 1249th day of the full-scale invasion. Russia lost an additional 1,080 personnel, bringing the total to 1,048,330. And yes, I am going to say that total every time because 1 million. That is how many Russians have given up their life, limbs, or, well, other body parts because Putin wants to control Ukraine. 7 more tanks were lost today, as well as 7 armored personnel vehicles, 35 artillery systems, 2 multiple launch rocket systems, 125 UAVs, and 158 vehicles. That is the Russian losses for today. Teams, yeah, Microsoft Teams. Just like Microsoft works, it doesn't. Heading over to Telegram and Zelensky's channel, we go to the speech for today, and I'm sorry, but my voice is not up for it, so you get to listen to Zelensky talk today. As soon as I get it to normal speed, I'll full screen it and restart.
Бажаю здоров'я, шановні українці, найголовніше перше військові. Сьогодні вже кілька
Yeah, I don't want my voice sounding like his. He's been in so many meetings in the last 2 days. So many talking, and I'm sorry, but man, he looks as tired as I am.
разів були доповіді по нашому фронту, по наших операціях, Збройні сили, Служба безпеки України, розвідка. Я дякую всім за далекобійність. Кожен бачить, що українські дрони досягають цілей. Доповідь генерала Сирського, багато уваги саме до Покровського напрямку. Є успішні дії наших підрозділів на Сумщині. Дякую вам. Знищують окупанта в прикордонні. Це дуже важливо. Було сьогодні, на жаль, багато російських ударів по наших містах, по наших громадах, Суми, в тому числі по українській енергетиці, також Дніпро, Харків, Херсонщина, Донеччина. Всюди, де це потрібно, миттєве реагування рятувальників ДСНС України, всіх служб. Дякую всім вам за оперативність. Будемо відповідати на кожен російський удар. Важливі доповіді були розвідок, служба зовнішньої розвідки про ефективність санкцій проти Росії, проти пов'язаних з Росією осіб, втрати у ворога, економічні втрати дійсно відчутні. Будуть ще більш відчутні. Я хочу подякувати всім в світі, хто допомагає. Зараз саме такий момент, коли треба натиснути на Росію, натиснути так, щоб вже наступного року війни не було. Вони повинні усвідомити, що перетерпіти у них не вийде. Санкції мають дійсно забрати російський потенціал. Ми працюємо саме заради цього. Була також у мене розмова з ГУР, також щоденний режим роботи у нашій дипломатії цими днями, багато комунікацій з партнерами, доручив секретарю Ради національної безпеки і оборони активніше залучити зовнішнє фінансування на дрони. Доручив також урядовцям і міністру оборони України активніше перевіряти всі домовленості, які є з партнерами. Те, що маємо реалізувати на 100%. Але зараз поки виконується, на жаль, не повністю. Очікую відповідні доповіді на тижні. І ще є урядове рішення на підтримку університетів у прифронтових регіонах, у прикордонних містах Сумщина, Запоріжжя, Харків. Додаткові кошти 300 мільйонів гривень. Саме для таких складних обставин, для закладів вищої освіти, які бережуть наші студентські спільноти, наші студентські колективи, які навчають попри все. Просто молодці. Надзвичайно важливо, щоб українські освітні центри збереглися. Університет Каразіна, багато інших. Ми будемо і надалі підтримувати вас. Сьогодні ж я підписав указ щодо Шевченківської премії. Це крок на розширення премії. Багато було обговорень з експертами, з культурною спільнотою. Комітет премії дуже добре попрацював. Тож вже наступного року Шевченківською премією можна буде відзначати також, окрім звичних номінацій, українську фотографію. Зараз в умовах війни це дуже цінно, щоб всі емоції, щоб всі сили людей засвідчувати. Також додано номінацію з кураторської справи, також сучасний дизайн і багато є дійсно сильного нашого українського графічного дизайну, шрифтів. Все це заслуговує на особливу увагу. Розширили і звичні нам вже літературу та музичну номінації Шевченківської премії. Ми будемо також шукати формат, як подякувати тим нашим людям, які бережуть українську культурну спадщину. І це буде спеціальний формат. І за час до Дня Незалежності України разом з культурною спільнотою, разом з усіма фахівцями ми знайдемо необхідні рішення. Я дякую всім, хто з нами, хто з Україною. Слава Україні!
And of course, Heroam Slava. And today, special day, apparently, because he thanks you not once, but twice for supporting and helping Ukraine in this video. Thank you, Mr. Zelensky. Please get some sleep and rest that voice up. Yeah, definitely feeling the pressure today, unfortunately. Jumping over to not Canty Center, but Vona Ukraina. A couple videos I wanted to show you from this today. So, you remember when the war first started and they were asking to close Ukrainian airspace to everything, and now Ukraine is dominating the skies over Ukraine. You get to see a visualization of the amount of drones over Ukraine at the moment. Quite a bit of drones heading all over. But yeah, Ukraine dominating the sky. I just love it. And I keep telling you, Ukraine is planning something that's going to shock the world again, just like the spiderweb operation. Why else are they training paratroopers?
Ти що таке? Це просто кайф.
That is probably one of the coolest feelings in the world, I think.
Сука!
I would have played Major Tom over this clip, though. Ground control to Major Tom.
Я в ахуї.
The hell is going on? I just wanted to show those two off to you before hopping to my channel and giving you guys a... I need to stop saying guys, folks. Ugh. I mean people in general. I don't mean it as, you know, just the guys or just the girls. It's just a generalization, and I need to not use that word for generalizations. But it's, you know, habits are hard to break. Anyways, give you a preview of some of the videos to come as we scroll back to the beginning of the day with the report from overnight. Unfortunately, it is not a nice report. 235 air targets launched at Ukraine last night. 208 drones, of which 183 were shot down. 27 missiles, 17 were shot down. Overall, Russia launched 12 Iskander KN-23s, 8 Iskander Ks, and 7 Kinzhal 59/69s. This is why Ukraine keeps asking for more air defense. If they could take these missiles out at a closer to 90 to, well, better than 90% of them, rather than half, it'd mean a lot less damage, a lot less loss of civilian life, and an easier time for the civilians in Ukraine. Speaking of an easier time for the civilians in Ukraine, you know, just look at all the drones going through Ukraine at the moment. I'm going to skip a story really quick and go down to the paths of last night's drone attack. Shoshka, Kharkiv, Dnipro, Zaporizhia. And all these drones going through Sumy. You can have an effect on all these drones. How? By donating to the Summer Sunshine campaign with Renegade Chungus and myself. We are fundraising for the 5th Border Guard unit. Let me copy that, paste it in chat for you. And this vehicle is going to be equipped with anti-Shaheed systems. You know, we are, let me hit the refresh just to make sure we're up to date. 3,061 euros and 89 cents. One donation has come in. Let me jump down. David N. Slava Ukraina. Thank you for the 10.93 euros. I very much appreciated. And, this is what your donation will be affecting, is those shaheeds having another air defense unit shooting at them. The attacks last night in Dnipro. Unfortunately, 2 people were killed, 5 injured. The parking lot was hit and set on fire. Cars completely burned. The Russian army struck an epicenter, causing a fire, and the shopping center was completely destroyed. Here is the videos from Dnipro last night. I'm going to play that one again, and you tell me, does this remind you of a certain day in September? And if you say yes, Russia is a terrorist state. Hey there, Chungus, how's it going? Again, this is still Dnipro last night. This is the epicenter that was hit. For those of you that don't know, epicenters like a home improvement store, like Menards, Lowe's, Home Depot. And of course, if you watch Greg Terry's, you already know that Russia has declared that shopping centers are valid military targets according to them. Again, a close-up on that strike in Dnipro. Going right into unfortunately, the top floor. Ooh, that's a lot of painful memories seeing stuff like that for me. Moving on. UA regular turns enemy logistics routes into death roads. Here's a nice video by them. Sorry to hear your back's hurting, Chungus. I wish there was something I could do to help you. I'm too far away to come back and give you the reverse bear hug. You know, I can't help but wonder if Russia is also propping up the 4x4s, the quad bikes market right now. Because used quad bikes seem to have jumped up in price quite a bit in the last 6 months. Okay, am I missing? Yeah, I'm in top chat again, dang it. So I hope you don't mind me sharing this little tale you're telling in chat. Not Sherlock Holmes. Um, and go back to the beginning of it. Where'd it go? Um, when the company lost any propaganda use in Moscow, uh, suddenly my friend's new best buddies in Moscow vanished and he was mugged in the metro. And when it was reported, he got deported from Moscow. Uh, the friends, him, his wife, all the friends they made while living there vanished and probably were paid to be their friends anyway. Moscow perpetuates a environment of rat your neighbors out. Um, report them before they report you type of situation. Uh, they're not being paid to be your friend, but they're hoping that by being your friend, they can get information on you that they can report and get paid for. Uh, I wish I knew this brigade. Unfortunately I don't. Oh wait, 3rd Heavy Mechanized Brigade. Okay. The 3rd Heavy Mechanized Brigade did a counterattack with a tank and 2 BTRs. This is in a forest plantation occupied by Russians in the Kharkiv area. I might have to cut the end of the video off at some point, but the beginning is really cool. So, Ukrainian tank and the 2 BTRs following, coming into the forest strip that the Russians are occupying. Das Boots. There's a longer version of that one, and I didn't know which one I forwarded at this point, but yeah, cool counteroffensive or counterattack by the 3rd Heavy Mechanized Brigade. SBU drones hit the signal plant in Stavropol this morning, one of the largest radio electronics manufacturers in Russia. Play the end there again. Okay, for full effect. During the terror attack on Kharkiv last night, rescues recovered a woman and a child and their pet. Put this in perspective for you. There's a reason those rescuers were there. This is in the middle of a Russian double tap. They were there rescuing families, and the next air raid came in. And there they are, literally putting themselves between the 2 ladies there to save them in case the roof comes down. You know, we talk a lot about the Heroes of Ukraine medal. Those 2 guys right there deserve it. Yesterday, there was a story from Russian Telegram about one of their vloggers with 170,000 subscribers disappearing. Here is the full video. Turns out he deceived people, survived the drones, and put this video out today.
Ох ты, блядь! Ох ты, блядь! Целый, целый! Здесь, здесь! Цел, цел, цел! Вообще похуй! Поехали? Да-да! Ох ты, блядь!
So, apparently he made it this time. Yeah, the deforestation deal, looking back, the time frame makes sense. Looks like Moscow, we are investing in this. More lies to keep Moscow happy. Yeah. Basically, it was using American farmers to accomplish a goal for Moscow and not spend any of their own money. Well, yeah, the org got away on that one, but there's always next time. Operation to neutralize a Russian heavy flamethrower system. The Signum Battalion of the 53rd Brigade. For those of you that don't know, the heavy flamethrower systems that they talk about is basically an MLRS system, but it's equipped with like phosphorus ammunition, or what's the other one? It's either phosphorus ammunition or thermite ammunition. So here is one of those getting taken out.
Вітаю, з вами батальйон Сігнал. Сьогодні хочемо показати в даному відео роботу по сонцепьоку, який неодноразово виїжджав на вогневу свою позицію та працювала по позиціям піхотним, вогневого прикриття і так далі. Спільною роботою з нашою розвідкою ще на шляху висування.
Okay, well, he's talking. Let me address something in chat because I just noticed Ozzy T coming in. Hey, Ozzy, I know we made a deal last night for 6,000. I'll drop that down to 5,000. So we got 2,000 to go in the next month. If we get to 5,000, I'll buy a bottle of tequila and do a tequila stream or tequila stream.
Виявивши сліди, ми підлетіли до укриття і побачили, що він зніс просто з собою молоді берези. І, на жаль, він вже був без пакету БК. І от було враження. Після першого влучання ми навідались до нього ще раз. Підлетівши ближче, зрозуміли, що значної шкоди йому не нанесено. Вирішили відпрацювати знову в моторний відсік, адже боєкомплект, нагадаю, був пустий абсолютно. Так би ми працювали, звичайно, в БК. Підлетівши третій раз на враження, ми помітили вогонь.
Sorry, I need to skip ahead on this one. It's a lot of talking and replaying the same one.
Адже всі три і от четвертий кумулятивний його місце стоянки. І ось цікавий момент. На відео видно, як машина загорається і продовжує рух. Рух він продовжує буквально 200
It's the fireworm.
Наша аеророзвідка помітила, що в районі, де зупинився ТОС, було висунуто тяжкого евакуатора, можна так назвати. Це БРЕМ на базі танку. І було прийнято рішення наздогнати його і вразити. Далі можна от спостерігати момент, коли ми летимо на зустріч евакуації цієї машини. Тут приїжджають машини настільки, вони манили нас влупити їх, але у нас була ціль, яку ми мали виконати. Тут ще одна буханочка їде, 2 мотоцикліста, це супровід спереді, які попереджують та відстрілюють дрони. Машина з ребом, і ось сам момент влучання.
So they're inside the
У нас,
netting.
походу, сталися якісь технічні моменти з
Let me
дроном.
mute that. They got the drone inside the netting for the drone defenses along this road. And this is them hitting the supply vehicle. Fuel truck. So just doing some good work from the 53rd Brigade. Mezcal is smoother than tequila. I wouldn't know. I haven't drank. Well, I've had them both, but not in a long time. Lithuania announces that it will allocate 30 million for purchase of Patriot air defense systems for Ukraine, announced today by the head of Defense Department for Lithuania. Moving on to the next one, the unmanned unit of the State Border Guard Service, Phoenix, repelled the attack in the Servisk direction near Bilogorivka. Here comes the boom. Oh, no worries, Sherlock Holmes. It's why we're here, to have a discussion, to give information and share it. Cool video from the Phoenix unit of the State Border Guards. And according to Warriors Ukrainian, fantastic work of the 72nd Black Zaporizhian Motorized Rifle Brigade. Phoenix. So Adam Round saying the U.S. better get their head out of their asses and start making more weapons. Oh, no, it's not yet. I have the answer for that later in the stream, but for right now, let's continue with the videos. Reconnaissance Company of the 47th Brigade, Magura, met with Ukrainian helicopter in the sky. And again, if there's anybody in the helicopter corps of Ukraine watching, please give me a ride while I'm there. I don't care. I just want to go up in one. I think it would be cool. On the night of July 29th to the morning of the 26th, a training and combat fighter of the Russian Armed Forces, Su-27, caught fire at the Armarva airfield in Krasnodar. Resistance to the Kremlin regime inside Russia is growing. I wish I could tell you what song it was. I do not recognize it. So, -1 jet for Russia because sabotage. Listen, oh y'all, that's a sabotage. It may have been the Hard Kiss. Yeah, it does sound like them, but the voice is a little different. I'm not It's been a while since I listened to Hard Kiss. And we were speaking earlier about the Russian economy depending on the military right now. Well, it's starting to show cracks, according to Bloomberg. Hard times are coming in several key areas at once. The effects of the war, Western sanctions, labor shortages, falling oil prices, rising currency prices, and high interest rates are making themselves felt in Russia. A case in point is the coal industry. It has suffered a triple blow: the loss of suppliers, financiers, and customers. Sanctions have blocked access to mining equipment from Europe, the United States, and Japan. And Chinese quality does not meet industry expectations. Imagine that. The path to European financing through loans and bonds is closed, and the main source of sales is no longer there, being exports to the EU. So, just talking about the coal industry alone, getting hammered from three sides and on the verge of collapse in Russia, as well as many other key industries for Russia. So I hope I'm way over on my prediction that it will drop in 2026 and hopefully will happen sooner. Meanwhile, in Donetsk, the first part of this clip is the people welcoming Euro 2012 soccer match in Donetsk. And we fast forward to 2025 this week in Donetsk, waiting for the water tanker to show up to supply water to the once great city of Donetsk. Save Ruski Mir. This is Russian world, Russian peace that they want to bring to all of Ukraine. So that's the crowd for welcoming the soccer players in 2012. And here's the crowd in that same spot waiting for the water truck to be able to drink, cook, clean themselves. Interesting comparison, 13 years apart under Russian occupation. And you go from celebrating a European soccer match to more people showing up to get water than we're celebrating that. The entire enemy column was destroyed. Artillery and SBS of 155th Brigade thwarted the enemy assault on Pokrovsk. For the first time in a long time, the Russians threw armored vehicles into battle. Here is that video. I don't know why, Spartacus, but what you said made me think of the album The Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste. I heard Nikki likes to throw elbows. Hi, Nikki. How you doing? So is it true that you like to throw elbows? And to show you some more of the Russian world, the Russian peace, also called Ruski Mir. Here is images from Chasiv Yar, a city of 13,000 Ukrainians until Ruski Mir came to it. Say Ruski Mir. I thought this was pretty interesting. Ukraine now ranks as the 8th in the world in terms of defense spending. In 2024, Ukraine's military spending amounted to 64.7 billion in USD, which is 838% higher than 2020. In 2020, this figure was 6.8 billion, almost a tenfold increase in spending in the military in 4 years. Here's the chart though. Yeah, USA, we've gone up 24%. China has gone up 10%. Russia has increased 126% and is up to close to 150 billion. Germany, India, Great Britain, Saudi Arabia, and here is Ukraine tying France with defense spending in 2024. The big red dot is the percentage increase visualized. And, here's the scary thing. China, 313. Russia, might as well say 150, so 464. India with another 86 billion. And India, Russia, and China are basically the trying to be BRICS, trying to replace the U.S. as the guarantor of safety, and it's Russia that's attacking everybody. I just thought that was a cool graphic that you guys, that you folks would enjoy seeing. Huh? That's weird. And how Vladivostok is a weird place to end up. I ducked behind tables. None of that much stuff for me. Oh, okay, I get it now. All right. You don't want to be in the mosh pit? No. No mosh pits for me. Before that, they reported little green men. All the trouble there and anti-government shooting, etc., was by a few local gangsters plus strangers who just got there. Yeah, that's the truth instead of the Russian propaganda, what they're trying to sell everybody. Yeah, Russia is basically ending up going to be owned by China, much like half of America is at the moment. I know you guys don't care, but I'm trying to correct that. Still, never stop trying to better yourself. When you stop trying, you start dying. Repelling of a big Russian assault near Bilogorivka by Border Guards Phoenix unit. We already watched that. Did I double dip on that one? Yes, I did. Okay. Sorry, double dipped on you. I apologize. So let me get rid of that one. And we come to one of the stories I really, really wanted to share with you. According to Russian sources, heavy fighting has erupted in the village of Oleksivka. Currently still occupied by Russian forces. these Russian sources complain that the situation is deteriorating due to the arrival of a significant amount of Ukrainian forces. This is Andriivka and Kinderskivka. Let me go to the deep state map and show you guys where that's at. So Andriivka, Kinderskivka, and this is Oleksivka here. There's a significant difference in the Russian map versus the deep state map. Like Oleksivka is basically a salient at this point. I wish I could get a bigger image, a wider image of this Russian map. But essentially, according to the Russian map guys, this is what the lines really look like. So Ukraine has liberated a lot of area north of Sumy. It's being reported on the Russian side. Unfortunately, it's not being reported on the Ukrainian side, at least from deep state. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Cool history there, Nura. So not Sherlock Holmes says USA doesn't want Russia to lose because they're scared China will take Russia over. China doing the opposite, keeping Russia fighting so it gets weaker but not win. It's essentially it. China doesn't want Russia to collapse, but they don't want them to win either, is basically the gist of what people are saying at the moment. But I want to also talk about Germany. Germany has transferred 3 Patriot air defense systems to Ukraine. They should be operational sometime next month. Next month being days away, so President Zelensky previously stated that Kyiv expects to receive 10 Patriot systems under the scheme, and there's 3 of them. Latvia earlier saying they're allocating 30 million towards a Patriot defense system or more. So it'll be good to see that. Oh yeah, I already showed you guys that one. Oh, I need a nice long one because I need to run to the restroom really quick. So we're going to go to my last video first and show you video from the 46th Brigade and their drone operators. Oh, sorry about that. My stomach's not too happy with me because of the heat today. Ugh. So let's go back to K2 and their video from the service direction. My grandma and your grandma sitting by the fire. My grandma says to your grandma, I'm gonna set your ass on fire. Talking about hey now. Oh, let me just rewind that. I don't know why that song pops in my head every time I see the Burning Man race. Oh, I still have the camera off. Well, that is all the video I have for you today. And zoom this out. Take a look in at the air alerts. Kharkiv, Sumy off of air alert. Kiev, Oblast on, but not the city. Odessa, Mykolaiv still under air alert, as well as Poltava and Chernihiv. Eviction notice. Let's do a quick check-in before signing out. So we made it up to 3,102 euros and 32 cents with 80 donations. Thank you all for your support. I appreciate it so much. I don't know how I can ever express how much I want to say thank you. And that coming from Nikki Hill with 20 euros. And, of course, the Anana Moose with 24 USD. David N. Slava Ukraina earlier. So thank you, 3, for your donations today. I appreciate it so, so much. I love my moose. I'm glad I found that and figured out how to do that little anonymous thing. Yes, I'm still learning OBS, but getting better and better. With that, I'm going to say good night. If you haven't hit the like, please remember to hit the like. It helps the channel grow. We are very, very close to getting super chats and memberships for the channel. Let's see where we're at. 476 subscribers. So 24 subscribers to go. I only hope we can reach that before I get to Ukraine, but I have a feeling while I'm in Ukraine, that's definitely going to jump up a lot. Oh, that's a good idea, Chungus. Get Mexigirl on for a dual stream. Dual donation stream. That'd be fun. With that, again, thank you. Have a good night. Stay safe, everybody, and keep supporting Ukraine.